Welcome to Behind the Launch, the place where we do honest interviews with successful online entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Pieter DuPreez. In today's episode, we've invited Trevor Emden to come and chat to us about his new product being released on the 25th of January at 10 a.m. Eastern Time called Ghost Traffic. All the details is inside the video, but the most interesting part is, did you know that less than 10% of all video hits comes from SEO? Hi Trevor, and welcome to the show.
Hi Peter, good morning from the UK.
Yeah, I hear it's a cold and winter morning there.
It's not even properly cold. It's dull and damp, and it's not cold enough. Like Friday, we had a nice bright winter's day. Today is just dull and damp. Honestly, if I turn my computer around and showed you the window, you'd turn me off. So I won't do it.
Okay, yeah. So let's keep our viewers. Yeah, no, cool. So again, thanks for making the time, Trevor.
My pleasure.
And yeah, again, welcome to the show. Can you please give us a bit of a background on what you are all about and what we are going to talk about today?
Yeah, well, yes, I suppose what we're going to talk about came out of my background. I started full-time online on January 1st, 2014. I'd been online for some years before that, but I decided to go full-time back then, so 4 years ago. And I essentially had to teach myself marketing because I didn't grow up in that world, as it were. I'm a writer, and I write about self-help, personal development. My background is in mental health. That was my professional life. So I write about therapy and personal development and all that kind of stuff. So when I wanted to bring my stuff to a bigger market, the general public, as it were, it's like, right, how do I find my market? So I learned from some courses and some other experts, and some of it I taught myself, and I figured out eventually that some of the experts weren't as good as they said they were, and eventually I became good enough to do it. So I think the reason for telling you that is partly that how this product came about is because I'm not looking often for the usual suspects when it comes to keywords, and I'm not looking for how to make money online or how to lose weight, or those are not the keywords I go after. I know that everybody wants them, but that's not my marketplace. So I was looking for how can I get more traffic to the stuff that I make and the stuff that I do, and I spotted this idea. So do you want me to just dive in and tell you, or do you want to ask?
Before we dive into, I mean, as you said, it took time to figure out all this stuff. So eventually you figured it out. But before we get into the product, is this basically what you teach in this product? And secondly, you say it's for what you do, but can you apply this to anything?
Yeah, that's the joy of it, because whereas most people are. Right, let me put it this way, Peter. It's fair to say, every course I've ever bought on how to get traffic from YouTube, which is what we're going to talk about today, tells you to pick a keyword or bunch of keywords related, and then it goes into SEO, search engine optimization, for your video. And that's fine. So you're always looking for, have you tried to hold a light switch in your home so that the light just flickers between on and off? Because I used to feel like it was trying to do that, because if you get a keyword that's oversearched and oversaturated, like how to make money online, for example, you don't stand a chance in hell of getting your video ranked, right? Yep. If you go for a keyword, the long tail keywords that are undersearched, as it were, then you probably can get it ranked, but you're not going to get much traffic because nobody's really looking for that.
Yes.
Right? And for example, you see a lot of courses that are about what's come to be called launch jacking. Okay, so somebody is going to launch a program in 3 weeks' time, and it's called, I don't know, hang the washing on your line. Right? So then all the reviewers will try to rank for that phrase, hang your washing on the line, and some of them will hit the top few and they'll make some sales, and then it's gone. So those are fly-by-night keywords. So I was looking for that kind of holy grail of how do you rank for like evergreen terms that are being reasonably well searched for, but that are nobody's teaching how to do that. So I think that's where my investigation for what started. That's how it started.
Okay, so yeah, basically a balance. But let's not keep our viewers hanging. Let's talk about the products. It's called Ghost Traffic, and it's going live on the 25th of January at 10 a.m. Eastern Time.
It's going live Trevor, at 10 a.m. Eastern.
Tell us what's it all about. I mean, what can this teach the viewers?
Well, I'll probably the easiest thing to do is to show you. Right, so you should be able to see Google.
Yep.
Right, okay. So this kind of thing. So I was playing with it the other day and I typed in how to play jazz guitar. Right? Yes. So for example, this morning I was just before our call started, I typed in this. It's not something that I do, but my wife bought a new camera yesterday, so I was just thinking about photography things. And obviously photography lends itself very well to YouTube. So I have, let me just move your Skype thing up here. This little, I don't know if you can see, that's a little tiny K in a circle. And it's a Chrome extension that you can get for free. And it's called Keywords Everywhere. And if you have Chrome and you need to know keyword counts, it's really, really useful because it saves you going to that keyword tool all the time. Mm-hmm. So you can see up here that the search volume for how to photograph stars is calculated at 1,900 a month. So decent amount of searches there. Okay, 1,900 a month. So if I go to YouTube with exactly the same search, so here's from the top. Okay, now these are not promoted, these are not adverts. So 7 months ago, this very first one that YouTube finds for me tells me this one's had 174,000 views in 7 months. Now, admittedly, this guy's got a lot of subscribers, so that's probably not that surprising. He's got a very big following, but nevertheless, that's a lot. If we call it 2,000 a month, in 7 months, even if he'd got all the traffic, he would only have had 14,000 views. 7 times 2,000.
Yes.
But he's had 174,000. The next one in 3 years, so we'd have to divide that by 36, has had 294,000. Then 575,000, 1.3 million here, right? And so on and so on. So when I noticed that, I thought, hang on a minute, there is a lot of traffic that is not to do with the keywords. Most of these people who are viewing these videos, and you can do it with anything, if you want to pick one out of the air, we'll try it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
There is traffic, and that's why I called it ghost traffic, because where's that traffic coming from? It's invisible. The source of it's invisible. So I started researching that, and I went into, I'll come out of the screen share now. I went into my own YouTube analytics to see where my traffic was coming from. And the lion's share of it, I think it was something like 79%, was coming from referred videos. So if you open a video in YouTube, down the side, YouTube gives you a lot of thumbnails of other videos that you can watch. Yes. Okay? So I did a bit more investigation, and I realized, as far as I can, this one's I couldn't tell for sure, but I was fairly confident that it wasn't always like the very top thumbnail that people were clicking on next. But when I looked at the videos, for example, I have got several videos which are to do with money. It's not how to make money online, but they have money keywords in them. And I have one that had, I can't remember, a handful, like a few hundred views in 471 views or something in, I think, 3 years. Nothing, really. Hardly any traffic. Had another one, which I'd forgotten. I mean, there were so many years apart, I'd even forgotten I'd made the first one. So I had another one that is on a similar or related topic. It certainly uses as one of the tags, one of the keywords, the same phrase. and it's had something like, it's massive. I can't remember, it's something like 470,000 views or something in 9 months. Something. I mean, it gets a ton of traffic. It's just like, and I'd done that by chance. But when I looked, I realized that what I'd done was I'd created a much better thumbnail for the attractive video. So people are seeing someone else's video, seeing my thumbnail, and then clicking that.
Okay.
And so that's what ghost traffic is about. So it opens up this huge range of possibilities for keywords that people would otherwise dismiss, not worth searching for. They're only getting 100 searches a month or something, and then you look at the videos, and you go, hang on a minute, that video's had 100,000 hits in 2 months or whatever.
No,
that's not 100 a month. So that traffic is out there, and you can harness a good chunk of it by just doing some tweaks to the thumbnail.
Okay. And so within ghost traffic, do you teach how to get, as you explained, if someone to watch a video, there's little suggested videos on the side. So do you teach how to get into those suggested videos as well? And like you said, then you have to have a good thumbnail to basically catch the eye. Do you teach all that in this course? Yes, absolutely. It's to do with how you need to research what other people are doing with their videos, and then copy what they're not copy their videos, but copy what they're doing to get into that. Okay, no, cool.
You can reverse engineer a lot of YouTube's pretty transparent. You can reverse engineer a lot of stuff, and you can see what's going on that's made something successful often.
Yeah. Okay. And just in terms of the tools to use to do this reverse engineering, I mean, like simple stuff like the plugin you just said, that keyword researcher or whatever. I mean, most people don't really use tools on their browsers to pull that information. So that's one tool you mentioned. What other tools do you need to basically do this reverse engineering and see what you need to do?
I'm just thinking, because you've actually watched you've watched it more recently than I have, but I'm pretty sure that every tool I mention is completely free.
Yeah.
So there's no expense there. I show in the videos the tool that I use. I mean, there's lots of ways to do it, to make the thumbnails themselves. But you can make them in, and that's free. It's an online tool. It's completely free. Some people will know about it, some people won't. But you can make them with PowerPoint or Keynote, or even the Google equivalent of slides. I mean, they aren't difficult to make.
Yes.
I have a Mac computer, but I'm pretty sure it'll be the same with a Windows computer. So if you make a thumbnail using just one slide, it lets you save it as an image, as a JPEG image. That's an option that you've got, so it's a save as. So you could do it that way. There's lots of ways to do it. I just use a free online tool. So there's no, I mean, and that keywords everywhere, that little extension, was an absolute godsend when I found it. It's so useful because the information's immediately there. Okay. So helpful.
No, cool. So that all those tools I mentioned in the product. So essentially, this product is how to get more traffic to your YouTube videos using this ghost traffic.
Exactly.
No, fantastic.
People are missing out. Obviously the top marketers, the people who are doing well on YouTube, they know about it. They're savvy to it, but I've never seen it taught. I don't know how many YouTube, how to get YouTube videos ranked courses I've seen over time, and I've never seen anybody teach that.
Okay, yeah, but I agree with you. I mean, being having an interview show, I also try and use video ranking to get my videos up there. And I mean, I've also bought a few courses, and like I said, I agree. Most of them kind of hit on the keywords and which tags you need to use and stuff like this. I've gotten three of the videos on your course. I haven't completed it yet, but I mean, it was actually mind blowing how much percentage of your views does not come from the keywords. It comes from
it was mind blowing.
Suggested videos. Like you said, 79% on your videos, but I mean, for everyone it will differ, but it's at least 60% plus. No, cool.
I think it's probably important to say, Pieter, as well, I'm not saying forget all the keyword stuff and I'm not saying obviously when you combine all that knowledge, it makes it even more powerful. I'm just saying there's a whole ton of traffic that goes to videos that is not necessarily, not at all, being searched for in Google or Bing or Yahoo. People are not typing in those search terms, but they're still finding the videos.
Yeah.
And that's where the ghost traffic is.
Okay, fantastic. So essentially anyone can use it to get their videos ranked. And I mean,
you could be in any niche. You could be in the cookery niche. You could be in the fashion. I mean, anything that you can talk about, show on camera. If you, and to be honest, anyone who's got a business online these days, who's not at least considering using video of some kind, is missing out big time. Video is so important now.
Exactly, that's the future.
Yeah.
Yes, and I mean, like I mentioned in the pre-chat, there's this one guy who's had a YouTube channel for just over 3 weeks, and he's already on 67,000 subscribers. So I'm sure he kind of uses tips and tricks. And then again, I mean, if I do watch those videos, I always see his suggested videos on the side as well.
Yeah.
So he might be following the same strategy.
Maybe.
Cool. So I mean, and it's a lot of possibilities. It's simple. Get your video in the suggested and get more views. But like I say, I mean, anyone can use it. You can even start and test this out. Start with, let's use the niche everyone uses, like dog training. Start making videos of that and see if you get on this using this training you give.
Absolutely.
And like you say, it's free. I mean, once you pick up the course and you learn all
it's free.
what you need to do, that's just free traffic, no paid traffic whatsoever.
And I think another thing as well is if you've got videos already up on a YouTube channel that are just sitting there and doing diddly squat, just do the little ghost traffic tweak and as you say, it's free. You can probably in 15 minutes you'd be able to do the research. 50 maybe 20 if you're not used to the free tools, but you could do that. Just do the little tweaks to the thumbnail and see if it, you have to let it marinate for a bit. Let's see if it starts pulling more traffic. I bet it does.
Another thing that just popped to mind is, there's some like services on Fiverr or whatever where you can pay someone to get your video ranked, but they normally they do their research and do tags and stuff, but that's more for backlinks and stuff like this. But the point is,
from what I understand, YouTube is pretty wise to that. Most of those Fiverr gigs where they used to be like giving you views and stuff, I think have shut down. There are some backlinking services that are still okay. As I said, I'm not saying if you've got something that's already working and helping your videos to rank and and it's legit and it's okay. I'm not saying throw that out. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Of course not. But this is extra traffic that's just sitting there that I think certainly I was missing out on, except when I was doing it by accident. And I think a lot of people just don't consider it. Just go and look at if you've got videos, go and look at your own YouTube analytics, get in your own inside. That's something else people probably don't do.
Yeah, but what I was alluding to is if you have this ghost traffic secret, so to call, then you can actually offer it as a service for other people. So you tell someone, I'll rank your video for you for $10 or whatever. So you can actually make money that way as well.
Yes, why not?
No,
cool. Of course, you do that as a Fiverr gig.
Fantastic. So I think we've covered everything in the front end product, the ghost traffic, and let's go into the upsells people can expect. Okay.
Well, I've put 2 upsells on it. So first of all, I think I want to be clear that ghost traffic, the front end, is complete, is standalone. You don't need anything else to go with it. That's a complete course. But then, as I told you at the beginning of our interview here today, my background's in personal development, that kind of stuff, and in my own life, I've done a lot of teaching and public speaking because I had to in my job, and it was so I'm used to it, and I don't mind being on camera or explaining something, but I am aware that a lot of people are very nervous about getting on camera. So the Ghost Traffic Advanced is the first upsell, and that is I've made another little video course explaining the simple steps that I use to construct a message so that it hooks the viewer. Because after all, if you're going to get this traffic, people clicking on your video, then what they need is you need to hook them in. And actually, of course, YouTube is going to reward you and reward your channel by ranking your videos even more and for longer by view numbers and view time, engagement time, right? So and that's becoming more and more and more important in their algorithm as well. So I thought it would be helpful to people if there was how to construct your message, and I've broken that down into simple little steps as well, so that it engages people, and you get that all important call to action being acted on. Whatever it is you want people to do, click my link or go to my page or whatever it is that your video is designed to do. You want them to actually watch to the point where they'll do it, and then you want them to want to do it and do it.
Yes.
So that's what that's about.
Okay,
the second
sounds good.
Upsell and final one, because I don't like these long funnels where you bought something and you want to play with it, and there's just look at this and just look at that. So I've only got two, and the second one is kind of builds on that one I just described, but in a slightly different way. And I've done it very differently to the others. Rather than teach something, I thought I would show people for themselves. So I've created. Okay, so here's how I'm imagining, Peter. People they have a video, they want traffic to it. So Ghost Traffic shows them how to get traffic. Then they want the viewer to watch their video and take the action. When they take the action, I'm imagining that a lot of people will have their viewers click through to some kind of landing page. Might be a squeeze page, might be a sales page, but as long as it's their own page, this isn't the second upsell is not going to work for the people who are just sending it to someone else's offer. But you shouldn't be doing that anyway directly from a video. YouTube will potentially shut you down if you put direct affiliate links in there. They don't like that. So you should be sending it to a page of your own anyway. And so, excuse me, so the final upsell is called a 7-day web conversion challenge, where each day for a week, for 7 consecutive days, I send you a little tweak, a little challenge that you can make to a sales page or a squeeze page, or some kind of whatever message you've got there. Because once you've got the traffic, you want to convert them into leads and buyers. Right, so you don't want to have all that traffic coming from YouTube going wherever you want it to go, and then the person goes nah and goes away again. You want to capture as many of them as possible. So that final is a 7-day challenge, and I'm including in that me. So there's a Facebook group, so that each day what people will get for 7 days is a pre-recorded message which explains what to do. There's a Facebook group, so if they've got questions, they can go in there and ask the questions. And also, I will be popping in with live trainings and updates, whatever I can do to help people with those challenges. So it's conversion, converting people to buyers.
Okay, cool. That sounds pretty good. Yes, Trevor, I think we've covered everything. Is there anything else you want to add before we wrap this up? One thing, sorry, before we get to that, you mentioned putting affiliate links in YouTube. They don't like that. I actually didn't know that. But I know most people put the link back to the website, and then on the website it's the affiliate link. So that's the right way to do it.
Yeah, send them to a blog post, send them to a landing page, something of your own, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I think my understanding is that if you put a raw, so let's say you get a ClickBank product, and it's ClickBank product X hop, Pieter. If you put that in directly and YouTube finds it, my understanding is that they can shut you down.
Yes.
It's never been allowed, I don't think. Facebook doesn't allow it either. I don't think any of the big search engines allow it.
But if you use a pretty link or a short link,
pretty link. I don't know. I suppose it depends if they catch you. If it's a pretty link that goes directly to to someone else's page. But you see, the thing is, Peter, I always think, why would you do that? Because, okay, you can disguise the link and maybe you get away with things, but you've just put in a load of work, you've made a video, maybe you've spent some money even, if you're doing some paid advertising. Ghost traffic doesn't require you to spend any money, but people, of course, are spending money. Why would you invest your time and or money to get traffic that you then lose again? You want to capture that traffic. Okay, so here's a tip that I learned from a super duper multi-millionaire marketer a while ago, and he just said, you know, people put up squeeze pages and say, put your name and email in here and get my free thingy, and then it takes them from there to some offer, which may or may not be an affiliate offer. And he said, I don't do that. I don't, because that means every time you've got to think of a free thing to give them. And what they actually want is they want to get to, if you're, let's say you found a ClickBank product that's about, I don't know, lose belly fat, for example, plenty of them out there. Okay? So they want that information. They don't want your free thing as well. And what he used to, I don't know if he still does it, but what he used to do was he put up just little simple squeeze pages with using the headline, often from the ClickBank page itself, so somebody else's headline, a screenshot of the video that they were going to see, and just put your name and email in here to watch this free video.
Nice.
It's your page.
Yeah.
And then he would have and they would do it, and then from there that would just send them directly to the ClickBank page, to his link.
Okay.
So you can even try. I mean, that's not included in Ghost Traffic. That's a freebie, and if it doesn't work, don't blame me. But people will do it. Some people will still do it. There's nothing, no gift at all.
Yeah.
It's just I want to get there, and you've sent them maybe from your YouTube to that. So that isn't going to work for everything, but for some offers that.
Yeah. Okay. That's
work.
Yeah, that's an awesome tip. Noted. So yes, but yeah. So that's probably. So is there anything else? I would maybe say words of wisdom you want to add before we wrap this up.
I think in summary, I would say, a couple of things really. One is, if you're after getting traffic from video, go into your Creator Studio, into your own YouTube analytics. That's for the longest time. I mean, it's me. I'm doing that. Is it Homer Simpson dole thing about? I knew they were there, and I kind of went, oh yeah, that one gets that much traffic, and I never really looked and actually studied. Like, hang on a minute, where's the traffic coming from? It was only when I spotted that I realized most of this. I'm doing all this keyword research, not getting. Every so often I might get one that succeeds a bit. It's not coming from there. Most of the traffic is not coming from the keyword.
Yes.
That doesn't mean none of it is. The keyword research still has validity, but it's like, so go and look at your own. Study if you're trying to market online. Study the free tools that these big search engines are giving us, and have a look. And that's how I made this discovery. It's a ton of traffic. I mean, those two videos that I've got about money. I mean, one is pulling like, I think 10,000 times as many views as the other one. That's a ludicrous amount.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Trevor, it was a pleasure having you on the show, and thanks for all the information you shared here today.
The pleasure's all mine. So thank you very much. Yeah.
So there you go, guys. If you want to increase the views on your videos, go ahead, click the link below and pick up Ghost Traffic. Simple product, one focus, and that is to get the most views possible to your videos and explode your exposure. Be aware that there will be an early bird price, so the sooner you get in, the better. And I want to thank you for watching this show to the end. Please make sure to subscribe and also leave a comment in order for me to make this the best show possible for you guys. That's it from me, Pieter. Have an awesome day.